Hello guys, welcome to this video. So today we are going to be looking at how to design this flyer, and there are some few things I'm going to talk about, but there are few things you need to do before you even get to opening your Photoshop is to get your resources ready. So the very first thing you need to look at is getting a background that is going to be good for your design. And we got this background from Pinterest. That is why I always advise that you get inspiration from Pinterest. You can also get design flyer backgrounds from Pinterest. So I got this background from Pinterest. I'm going to share it with you. The confetti stuff, I got it from PNG Wink, and the image I downloaded it from Instagram. Yeah, it was actually for this blogger that we decided to wish him happy birthday with a birthday flyer, kind of a surprise something. And this happy birthday, the way it's written, it's actually written with a mock-up that I downloaded on Freepik. I'm going to share it with you, but actually you know that I downloaded it from Freepik, so you can also get there to get maybe more creative stuffs or more stuffs like this one. So let's write into our Photoshop app. Control N. We are creating a 2000 by 2500 pixel document. It should be vertical and then 300 ppi pixels per inch. We create that, and our very first thing is to bring out our margins. So right here I can drag our margin. So I'll just first of all draw this. Let me just say I'm satisfied with 130. Let's say 132. So we have our document here. We can start bringing in our design elements. So let's bring in our one, two, yeah, these two first. Okay, so let's zoom this one a little bit. Let's scale this one a little bit upwards. And you're also going to notice that I've already worked on this background a little bit. I've done a little bit of retouching, but this is just to show you what it looks like. Understand? So when you download something on Pinterest, you can also do some little retouches, blur the background, do motion blur and stuff like that, just so you get what you want. But actually you can download a background that you're going to use straightforward from Pinterest. It's still possible. Let me zoom this a little bit. Okay, right here, when I have something like this, I really like to make the image to blend into the background. Blending the image into the background, I mean, I'll just click here, mask, and I would paint over the edges, because I don't want these sharp edges to be showing on my final design. Okay, also right here I would like to use an adjustment layer. So I would like to use gradient, and I'll click on OK. I'll close the eye. I'll double click here, and then I'll modify these colors. I'll click on this color. I'll click here, and I'll click on this color, and I'll turn on the eye to see what it gives. Okay, I like what it gives. I'll double click here, and I'll just click and drag upward like this. Okay, I like this, but it's kind of covering the image a little bit. So I'll click on this icon, this mask icon, and I'll press B, and I'll zoom out. I'll increase the size, and I'll just paint once here. So you see, this is the before and after, so it comes out a little bit. Now this is the image that I've already removed the background, and I've kind of done some little adjustments on it. But if you really want to go kind of ahead of, just increase some stuffs on it, you can go here to Camera Raw filters. You can go here to Camera Raw filters. We saw all of these things, so I would reduce this. I really like something to be cool. Even if I want to put it in a warm background, I really like it to be cool like this. Like when it coming here, it's being cool, like bluish. So it's becoming cool, and when it's coming this way, it's becoming warm. But even though I'm putting it in a warm something, I would go slightly like here, and I would increase a little bit the exposure, and I'm going to increase the shadows, so that the shadows shouldn't be too black here like this, and I'll increase the contrast. And I can also increase the details, but the details are fine here, so you can see the before and after. You can see this is really dark and this is kind of a little bit finer, yeah, but the exposure is too much. So you can see here, you can go to the highlights and reduce the highlights. So you can see these are the highlights, so it's too much. You can reduce the highlights a little bit, so it shouldn't be too whitish and shiny here. Reduce it like this. Okay, so I'm fine with that. Now there is always something that I usually like to do on my designs. I'll just create a new layer like this. I'll choose a color, the eyedropper tool P. I'll choose a color like this color, and I'll paint here by its neck like this. I'll paint once, and I'll change the blending mode to screen. Sometimes it might not work with screen. You try overlay and stuff, or color dodge like this, yeah. And sometimes it might not also be really nice looking because you didn't choose the right color. So I'll choose a color right here. And also sometimes it might be too much because you are actually working with a flow that is really, really high. So if you reduce the flow and you paint once, change it to screen, you see it gives you that kind of stuff. I'll prefer a color like this. Okay, I'll prefer this color. Now dab once, you can even dab twice. And I'll move it from here a little bit to here. Okay, once you're kind of a little bit satisfied with what you have here, you can move to the next level where you want to bring in the text. So this is a text that I've already opened here. So when you open, you will see an image and a PSD file. If you double click on the PSD file, it's going to take you into the document like this. So what you do when you are here is that you can close first of all the text that is here, so you have only the golden text. Now already here I had the text that I'm going to be using all through my design. I have happy birthday here, and it is my happy birthday that is supposed to be in gold like this. So I'll copy my happy birthday, I'll double click on this icon, and I'll edit this. I'll replace the text. If I don't have that font, I'll replace it, and I'll just paste my happy birthday here, reduce the size. Let's just give it 200 and see how it looks. Reduce it again to maybe 100. Okay, this is better. So I'll change the fonts to, but it should be a script font to give it that look that we had. I can't even remember the name of the fonts that I used. That's sad, because I have so many fonts here. Okay, this is the fonts that I used. I have a capital B here, and I would like to center it. So when you are done with your text here, you can just click on Ctrl S to save, and after saving you just close this. So it takes a little bit of some seconds to, so after saving you come here, this is what you have here. You can then close the background, so you have only these effects. You can duplicate the effects and then convert it into a smart object, so you can carry and use on any design. So I will carry now this. I can copy it and then come and paste it here and just resize it. Okay, so it's centered now and I'm done with that. So happy birthday. We are saying a happy birthday to Future, aka Big GM. So let's write his name here. And I really love the Montserrat fonts. So write something that is kind of just simple. And if you remember so well, the different concepts of contrast that I taught you, then you would understand that, okay, for example, if you are writing Future's name, like let's bold everything. If you're writing Future's name like this, then the other one that is coming below, which is omnipresent blogger, should be medium, or even if possible regular, and reduce the size. So it just gives it that that contrast that we are always striving for as a professional graphic designer. Okay, center everything and you're fine. Now there is also another information here. Okay, this is what we were wishing him. So I decided to put that one beside here. You can put it anywhere, but just make sure that you are working with the alignments that we are always looking at. Your alignment needs to be perfect. So the size here between the different lines is really large, so we would want to reduce it maybe to 8, reduce it even more, and make it not all bold, not all caps, and reduce this to maybe medium. Okay, I like this disposition, and then I would make it now to align like below here. After doing this, I can then increase it a little. Okay, I'm fine with that. Now the next information I'm bringing in is my dates, and there is a way I always like to put the dates, just still creating contrast while staying creative. So I'll bold everything. I'll go extra bold, and my 2024 is going to be kind of medium or something. Now I'll increase this. Okay, so that's just it. And here you can center everything just so that 24 aligns perfectly below it. And here you align it with this one. Yeah, so they are on the same line. Then you bring this one to the side. Same thing here. Bring it to this alignment, so it's aligning here. And then I used this thing like to create a circle here, a rectangle here, that I rounded the corners just a touch. After increasing the size to maybe 5, you change it to overlay, and you see that effect that is giving there. And then after doing this, I'll just brush here to kind of hide it from there, and I'm good with this. You get. Now from here, I'll bring in my confetti and the other one. So the confetti and the smoke stuff. Okay, the smoke first. I'll draw it right down here. I'll just click on OK. The confetti, bring it right up, and just click on OK. Now this one can go right down below every text, and even below okay, it's fine here. So change this to color dodge. So there are many options. You can do overlay, but sometimes when you do overlay, it's also affecting the image, since you also put it in front of the image. Sometimes soft light will do, but in our case right here, color dodge is doing a perfect job. Like, you see this thing, like this is a before, just plain here, and just kind of not really good, but right here it's fine. And now for our confetti, we are going to mask and then remove the parts of the confetti that are kind of obstructing our design. So we're just going to hold our brush, increase the flow back to 100, and as you erase these ones, the ones that are just too much, these ones on his face, you can leave some on his face here, but you have to remove most of them, because when it's too much, it's not nice. Okay, so I like what I see here. I don't know about you, but then I'm kind of liking what I have here. Okay, the B is not seen, so we can also remove this. The H, sorry. Can also remove this, but this one is not a big deal. Birthday, when you just see happy birth, stuff like that, you just know, okay, it's birthday that is there. But now the happy birthday is kind of it's kind of being confused with the background, so I'll give it a drop shadow. I'll give it a little bit of a drop shadow, take it right to the corner, increase the size, and increase the size of the stuff. Now I want to choose a color from the background here and change this back to maybe color dodge or normal. Yeah, so I'll just play with the opacity and I'm fine. You can see the before and after, a big difference. So each time you're working, make sure you're always trying to do a before and after, and right here I can see that my omnipresent here is just a type, so I'd like to put something under. I'd like to put a rectangle beneath it. So let me choose a color for my rectangle. Okay, I can also decide to make it darker. So you can see that I am trying my best to choose the color from the design, so that everything is going to be blending together. And for this text, it's really not showing because of the background, so I would like to give it a drop shadow as well. So I would like to reduce the size. So that I see exactly what I'm doing right here. I'd like to put a little bit of noise in this one's drop shadow, because it's going to really blend with the image. As you can see here, the image has details, and if I don't put this noise that you can see, like this is it without noise, it's just too flat for me. I'll bring in a little bit noise, and you see, like from afar you can't really notice anything, but overall it works. It plays a very big role in the overall design. So I'll just click on OK here, and I can also decide that this 18 match is going to have maybe a different color, but still okay. Just trying something out. It must not work, so this might be working for you. Okay, this might be working for you. Okay, I like this. I like the way it looks, so I'll copy this color, and this is what I'm going to do. I'll change the color of this, our rectangle that we have here, into this color. And if the white text does not show, I am going to change the text now to a different color. For example, this color. Okay, so how do you see this? If you like this, then you can export it like this. But if you like to go forward, you can also want that, okay, the color of this image should really blend with the background, with that of the background. So you click on the image, and you can just give this a solid color, and then you hold out and clip it into just the image, and then double click here and choose the right color you want it to blend with. So I'll just choose this color, and I'm going to change it to color to see hue, and that is color. So I prefer hue, and hue here is really too much, so I'll start with 20% to see before and after. So I can also increase it to 35. Okay, so you can see here the before and after. Before, you can see some bluish stuffs in it, and after there is no blue stuff into it again, on it again. So that is pretty much it. And there is also something that I always like to do here to cover up or to bind everything together on my design. I go here, adjustment layers, and I use color lookup tables. I go to color lookup, I click here load 3D LUT, and I go to crisp warm look. Okay, it gives this, and I'll then reduce the opacity. You can see the before and after, kind of really dynamic. Yeah, so working alongside with somebody that really knows. So if you're satisfied with your design right here, you can just export. Some people would like to do this thing that I always like to do. They'll just type out this thing, and they'll change it to white, and they'll center it. Reduce the size a little bit, or better still, increase the size, bring it down so that it aligns with our line below here. And then they'll use this to just cut this. We are not cutting, we are hiding. So they'll just click on, you hold out and then you click here. Now after doing this, you just change so after doing this, you're just going to change now the blending mode from normal to maybe overlay to see what it gives. Yeah, sometimes I like to leave it at overlay, sometimes I just like to leave it at normal, and it's just there. So today I don't really know what I'll take. I'll do soft light today. Yeah, I really like the way soft light looks, and you can export this and you are good to go. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up. I hope you learned something. I hope you learned something. So in the next 2 days, we are going to be jumping into something else. We might design a roll up, or we might design a business card. So catch you in the next one.